My name is Georgina Humphries. I'm a public artist from Melbourne. I do site-specific installations. This is my artwork Groundswell. It's artwork that I designed specifically for this spot on the Bondi Coastal Walk. So yes, this is an artwork that I've been working on for pretty much the whole year. It's completely made from recycled materials. So all tent fabric that's left over from festivals that I have been attending over the past few years. A lot of people leave their tents behind, there's a lot of rubbish. I sort of saw that as an opportunity to get some free material. This great vibrant coloured fabric. So I decided to collect all the fabric up, start cutting it up and repiecing it together. So probably for the last 5 years or so, I've been kind of patchworking this tent material together. In the past few years, I've actually started integrating sail spinnakers as well. Friends of mine that are sailing people, I've got that to start to incorporate in, and also sunshades as well from the beach that people kind of get ripped and no longer want. I repurpose that. So it's all kind of upcycling materials, and that kind of really informs my practice, and sort of using recycled materials is the key thing. So for this work, I designed it specifically for this location, which is this nice hill that rolls off into the sea. I wanted the artwork to appear as if it was almost lifting off like a wave. It's a kinetic artwork, so it's all activated by the wind. At the moment we've got a wind that's pushing down, which is pushing it all down into the ground and acting like sort of a spiky landscape. When we get some offshore breezes, which is going to happen later this afternoon, all of it's going to lift up and actually spike up like a big spiky canopy. So it's constantly changing with the wind, and I think it's a really important part of my work is how it actually interacts with the environment. I want my pieces to kind of sit in the landscape and not feel like that they've just been plonked there. I want them to feel like they've actually emerged from the landscape. So this artwork is an interactive piece. It really invites the public to come in, hop underneath the spikes, watch it waft up and down as the wind comes through. All of the pieces the pyramids have holes in the end, which allows the wind to come through, which you can kind of feel. But also when it rains, it turns almost into like a water feature as well, which actually has the rain cascading through the pyramids and dripping down on the people underneath. So yeah, it's really sort of inviting people to get involved with the artwork, get up close, be able to see the process behind the piece. So I leave all my seams exposed. You can see all the different lines of stitching, all the binding that's been created also by gazebo fabric that I've collected from all the rubbish left behind. That all gets cut up into strips and then sewn into binding. So we have meters and meters, kilometres of this binding that then gets sewn onto all the seams to reinforce it to make it really strong. So this is my first time in Sculpture by the Sea. So it's a real privilege to be a part of this exhibition, especially when there's 107 artists that have been selected from all across the world. Having come up from Melbourne, it's a really exciting experience. It's great that it's a public free outdoor event. It's fantastic that people on their everyday lives, even if they're running along the Bondi to Bronte walk or walking their dog, they're actually having art in their public space, and it's for free, which is fantastic. So it's really important for me that my artwork can be outside in public spaces. You know, I used to do things that were internal exhibition spaces, and it's great that actually I prefer having my artwork outside for everyone to see. It's really great access. People don't necessarily have to know that they're coming along to see it, but they're actually stumbling across it in their everyday life, which is great. If I had to describe my work in 3 words, it would be probably kinetic, interactive, and also kaleidoscopic.